Well, hello everybody. I'm FZappa20, and today, this morning, this afternoon, tonight, we will be talking about April 16th, 1994, the Phish concert played in somewhere in Massachusetts, near the University of Massachusetts. Marcus Camby was rolling the streets of Boston around this time, people. All right. Boom. No head and shoulders problems today. It's like 40 degrees out there, and my hair is covered with a hat. So you'll never know. Is it oily? We had just an okay first set going along there until we got to this Run Like an Antelope. This is one of the best Run Like an Antelopes I think I've ever heard on an audience recording at 6:30 in the morning. It was completely out of control. Like, of course, Fishman. This is 1994. It's going to be a lot of Fishman and Trey all the time. Like on the Fluffhead, that last couple minutes of Fluffhead, Trey just absolutely insane with that guitar. But the Run Like an Antelope, I'm just starting there because I just heard this. It was like they hit the peak of the jam right in the middle, and then they slowly just sort of backed off into the Rocco part, you know. And then a big thrilling in there with the Run Like an Antelope, out of control. That's a good morning song. Fluffhead was pretty cool, really heated up there toward the very end. Stash almost had, like, in the middle of the jam, always has kind of like a melt feel to me, too. I mean, those songs are just so related. Different, but the same, you know? In the jam, it was almost like they were watching a guy go to town on a yo-yo and trying to play along with what he was doing. It felt like maybe they were going to, like, go in, you know, there's lots of Simpsons teases and signals back then. It's almost like they got just right on the brink of some Simpsons action and then just kept it there. But it started with Runaway Jim, Fee, Axilla II. I believe this was the debut of Axilla II, followed by a riff, and then we got into that really cool Stash. Really, the Stash, Fluffhead, Nellie Kane, Run Like an Antelope. Second half of the first set was going. First part of the first set was just extremely okay. You know, nothing special going on here. The Fee, there was like a point, I guess, like Mike, and it's kind of, you know, I wish I had a soundboard of this. Mike, they were doing the start-stop thing, except it was just Fishman and Mike that would stop, leaving only Trey Anastasio and Paige McConnell to handle the duties of playing Fee. And look, I probably shouldn't do this, but we're starting set 2 with Tweezer. We're just going to breeze right past Sample in a Jar and a Poor Heart. You know, here on Phish.in, they got 0 hearts, a total of like 7.5 minutes between the two. We can live without those. Let's get into this Tweezer. All right, so maybe the Tweezer wasn't all I had hoped for. You know, it was going along. It was a nice rockin', somewhat bluesy Tweezer. Around the 7 or 8 minute mark, it got a little bit weird. I don't know, it messed some crazy time signatures or something. And then, unlike Antelope, it did build into the big explosion that becomes the Tweezer peak, and then backs off, getting a little weird here for the last minute or so as we head into a Lizards. Now, the Lizards, like always, is probably going to be just a standard Lizards. But if it's played well, 94, they might play this one perfectly. I'm putting my money on it's pretty much played perfectly. They're not going to miss a note. Oh, yeah. Mike dropped a couple subtle bass bombs right before Trey's solo here at the end. Nice work, Mike. Well, right around 8 minutes and 14 seconds, Trey played an ugly note. It wasn't perfect. Pretty awesome, though. All right, that was pretty solid. Lizards. Maybe not perfect. You know what else was big in 1994? Starter. Man, Julius. Come on, man. Don't make me listen to Julius. Don't make me sing. All right, we called the crew together. We made a channel decision. We're skipping the rest of Julius and bouncing around the room. We're going right into You Enjoy Myself. I want to enjoy myself. Max enjoyment coming. Oh, God, here he goes. Yes, Trey, obviously everyone knows about the vibration of life. You don't have to ask. You feel the vibration of life? They do. They felt it. I guess you had to be there. I'm not feeling it, 30 years later, 30 plus years later. Yeah! Let's see Fishman's balls! Well, the crowd seemed really excited for the trampoline jam, so that was interesting. And then, but post-trampolines, Trey didn't go too wild. Really, I was hoping for like an entire band jam, really. I like the solos here, the solo there. Trey, Mike, whatever you got to do. But now we're looking at like a potential 4-minute vocal jam here at the end. So, the Vibration of Life thing was fun. That was cool. But otherwise, just all right, YEM. Been a little let down by the second set. That Lizards was great. That was a great Lizards. We'll say that. But this Tweezer, meh. Now that you enjoy myself, let's not get into that just yet. We still got a Coil to come. And a Tweezer reprise. And a Fire. Tell you right now, I ain't listening to that Fire. But the Squirming Coil, it's good. Page is gonna melt my icy heart. Tweezer reprise, and that'll catch everything back on fire. Nearly 6 minutes. Let's hope a minute and a half is not just an ovation. These old school tapers, man, they liked recording that ovation at the end. Yep, Tweezer reprise, about 3 minutes of ovation here. The Squirming Coil, excellent, and ended almost felt like was going to be a set ender, like a nearly the Page solo at the end. The outro to Squirming Coil was longer than the entirety of Bouncing Around the Room. Played really nice. The crowd jumped in with their applause a bit early on Squirming Coil. And then they go right into Tweezer reprise. Mike, you probably felt, if you were there, you probably felt Mike in your guts on that Tweezer reprise. I mean, he had it cranked up. And then we are now listening to the ovation. All right, I'll jump over and listen to a moment of Fire. Look, Page had his moment. Fishman doing it the whole damn show. Mike just punched you in the gut. A couple of body shots. Now Fire. Trey's turn. Big Red takeover at the Mullins Center, April 16th, 1994. Thank you to channel member, I don't know who, for requesting this. It must have been somebody. I know yesterday's video, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah, I just don't remember who it was, to be honest with you. I do not write it down, and then I totally draw a blank. University of Massachusetts, the Mullins Center, Phish, Fire, 4/16/1994. Look, it turned out to be a Squirming Coil and Lizards kind of second set, which is fine with me, and You Enjoy Myself. Well, that was just okay. A lot of great songs, really, here. Some of my all-time favorite songs, really. Fluffhead, Coil, Lizards, YEM. It's top shelf. All right, guys, boom. We are out of here.